Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. The sun is shining, the birds are tweeting, and James May felt like a perv during filming Our Man in Italy. God, I love James May so much. James has once again received an abundance of positive reviews for his latest travel series, Our Man in Italy, as he tours the beautiful country for our viewing pleasure. Well, the Grand Tour presenter was supposed to be visiting America. Instead, this had to be changed because of the pandemic. But May was pleased to be in a country with amazing food and delicious wine. He talked to express.co.uk about this, admitting that this excess of food became a challenge to him. He said, "The trouble is a combination of three things. The food in Italy is very nice. 2, there is always tons of it wherever you go and they talk about it constantly. That is a cliche, but it's a perfectly valid one. And the third one is when I was at home, especially over the pandemic period and so on, I did quite a lot of exercise and I'd go cycling every day. That makes one of us. Once we'd go to Italy, I did take a folding bike with me, but I didn't get that much of a chance to ride it. So I did about a 20th of the exercise I'd normally be doing. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I did get a bit tubby towards the end and I still am." On top of this, James talked about being forced to do things he didn't want to do during the show. He was asked if this was actually true, in which he answered, "Oh god yeah, all the time. I always say I'd like to do this, this and this, and they rather begrudgingly allow me to do those things, but then the crew and producers come up with some surprises. It just makes better telly if I don't know what's coming up. If I was left to my own devices, I'd do craft, art, I'd look at some famous buildings and I'd explore some spas." He continued saying that him being out of his comfort zone resulted in a better show. "The crew and producers basically want me to be uncomfortable, dress up, have a terrible time and hurt myself." Despite this, it wasn't all plain sailing for the presenter, who described the filming in Italy as chaotic because of how brilliantly disorganized this country is. He said, "Well, to be honest, it's all a bit chaotic because it's Italy. That's another cliche, but they will be the first to acknowledge it. Italy has a sort of level of disorganization, but it all works." Then, moving the conversation onto an embarrassing moment that didn't make it to air, he said, "Well, there was a really embarrassing bit that hasn't made it, which was some dressing up. The crew like dressing me up for some reason. They're almost a bit kinky about it. The bits that are in, I think if you could have seen the whole thing, that most embarrassing thing would be canoe polo because I didn't fit in the canoe. I've only ever paddled a canoe twice in my life and that was many years ago. I didn't really fit in the canoe and I was playing against a lot of 18 and 19-year-old women. To be honest, I felt a bit pervy, maybe because I've become a province of the woke age, but it just didn't seem right. I looked terrible in the not a wetsuit, those legging things. I just looked like a really bad ballerina." Talking about his career on TV in general, he says, "It's all fairly embarrassing. Being on television is embarrassing." Well, James, never stop. Please, I'd be out of a job. Later this month, I might be bumping into James, so if you have a question, pop it in the comments below. Also, let me know if you've watched Our Man in Italy yet and tell me what you think. I'm interested to know. Until then, go to grandtournation.com to stay up to date with everything. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.